Welcome back to another Sporting Collective Shot-Struction. Today we're going to be shooting ATA double trap from post 1. Some things you need to know before we get started is what is this 60-40 point of impact I've got here? That means that 60% of my pellets are going above the reference point, which is the red dot referencing where the bead is on my shotgun. This allows me to float the target a little bit in sporting clays, but that's the way my gun's set up. So if you see that the gun shoots a little bit high, that's what you're noticing is a 60-40 point of impact. Second thing to know, my head is 100% down on the stock to the point of which the gun is fitted to reflect that 60-40 POI. That also means that I'm not peeking my head up a little bit to allow for a little bit easier vision to see the target come out and whatnot. My head is 100% down to the point of where I am ready to fire without any head adjustment. Last thing to know is that my finger is tight on the trigger. I don't have my finger off the trigger for a safety purpose. I'm call and pull. I'm safe. I'm ready to rock and roll. Metaphorically, if it's a 3-pound trigger, I'm gripping 2 pounds to take all the slack out of the line, meaning that the moment my eye locks down on the target, the gun is firing. All right, so we're going to be shooting this from post 1, and what that means is that if this is the trap house from a bird's eye view, and this is post 1, this would be post 2, this would be post 3, 4, and 5. So from post 1, we have this sort of angle coming out, and we're going to shoot this target first and this target second. All right, so I've got a straightaway from this angle, and then I'm going to be transitioning over to the second bird. That's what we're about to shoot here, so let's get started. Now, our whole point. My whole point is right there where the red dot is, and the reason why is because the highest point of the target's flight is about where that line is, and where he comes out, and the bottom side is where that line is, and I'm going to be holding right here, which is about halfway. All right, that halfway is going to allow me to have time to see the target coming up from underneath the gun, and it's going to also allow me the opportunity to have just a quick moment to spot shoot that first target. That straightaway, he's coming right to the gun. It's just a spot shot, and it's going to basically buy me a little time to get over transition to that second target and get him killed while he's still slightly under power. All right, so I've got the elevation of my whole point, but now where is the left right? I need to find where X marks the spot. How I've done that is on my look pair, I've actually stood back there and I've marked that tree that he's going to come straight up through. All right, so I'm going to clear the screen, and we'll notice that in the top of this tree line, we have this guy right here. So it's a visual landmark that I can use for memory to know exactly where that target's coming to. From the visual point where I'm seeing him come out, I know he comes right up there. That's my whole point. So I'm using this tree. Now, if you don't have the background that have these visual landmarks for memory, then you got to get creative to know, something along the lines of the top edge of the house. Here's this corner, and, you can reference with different points of, okay, how much above the top edge of the trap house is it going to get, and you can reference with the height of this tree line from the grass to the top and figure out, and just use whatever you can. Get creative to figure out, because these hole points are so delicate. They make it so much easier when you're holding in the right spot versus holding a little off to the side this way or that way. Mark that spot to the best of your ability. Think it through, get creative. If you have a landmark to choose your whole point from, even easier. So we know where our whole point is right here. Next thing is we have to prepare our eyes. What are we going to be doing with our eyes? Well, we also want to know, where is that visual pickup from the top lip of the house? We know that it's right there, but I'm choosing to not look at the top lip of the house. I'm looking just above it so that my depth of focus is out past the front edge of the house. Why is that? Well, an optometrist named Dr. Colo told me many years ago that your eyes can retract to focus way faster than they can expand or zoom out to focus. So I've got my eyes set in a spot that's healthy for my eyes to catch that flash and have sharper vision earlier in the target's flight. So we know that we're going to be looking right here to see that flash come out. And I've also got a visual marker that I see this line of of little rivets on the top house, and the target's coming out just next to that. So I have that visual pickup point as precise and surgical as I have my barrel hold point. So I have my barrel hold point and I have my visual pickup. And now the next thing to know is the target's speed. All right, that flash is going to look and come out looking like a 10 speed, but that's the fake out. It's not a 10 speed, it's a 2 speed. I say that to help you not panic when you see that flash come out and flip up over the top of the bird. Watch how gentle the gun comes out with the target's flash, and I'm protecting the top side. He does not get above my barrel. I just hug the top edge of the clay to spot shoot that. Now, in real-time motion, I've got my finger tight down on the trigger, my eyes are set and ready, and I'm protecting the top side. He doesn't blow by me. I hug the top edge, I lock down my focus and fire. Those are the elements of that spot shot to allow it to happen in a repeatable process. Now, this is where it gets tricky, but it's actually easier than it sounds. The moment of transition over to this second target. Now, imagine that a race is about to happen in the moment of this first smoke ball. All right, the race is between your eyes and your barrel. All right, your eyes have to win that race to get over to the second shot. The moment you squeeze the trigger on the first bird, it's over with. Get your eyes over to the second barrel or the second target and let your eyes beat that barrel over there. When that happens, that's going to allow for a straight direct to path to the second target. If you kill that first bird and then your eyes stay just kind of, here close to the barrel and you're searching with the barrel for the second bird, your gun's going to typically take a little droopy pathway, and that line is that much longer than the direct to path, meaning you're losing time. So the trick is get your eyes over to that second bird immediately so that your eye or your gun barrel takes the direct to path directly to that edge and get through that second target. So let's see how this plays out. We've got the first dead pair, our first dead target. We're transitioning over to the second bird. And as I'm getting closer, my eyes are already here. So what I'm actually doing is my eyes, it's on round and orange, but as I'm getting closer, I'm searching for that bottom left edge right there, because that's kind of my anchor point of what I want to bring the gun to and fire. Boom. And you can notice I just get through it to kill it. Let's zoom out and watch it one more time in slow motion so you can see all this at work. All right, hold point, eyes, everything's set and ready. I'm call and pull, protecting the top side. I get that spot shot. Eyes to the second bird, easy transition over to him, get through him and send it with trust. There's no hesitation there. The gun's just basically getting through the target and sending the shot. Boom, there's no hesitation. All right, this is how we shoot ATA doubles from post 1. I appreciate you tuning into the Sporting Collective Shot-Struction. We've got post 2 all the way through 5 coming up next. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. See ya. We hope you learned something here and enjoyed watching this video. Be sure to download the Sporting Collective app and subscribe for full access to our library of content and become an active member of the Sporting Collective community. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.